It is hot as hell today in the South, and it feels so appropriate to make this video because it was hot as hell in the summer of 1776 in Philadelphia when Thomas Jefferson unleashed an inferno onto parchment with the first draft of the Declaration of Independence. Alone in that rented room on Market Street, wielding his quill like a weapon. This 33-year-old Virginian channeled the raw fury of a powder keg of a continent ready to explode. This was rebellion in ink. It was a savage birth cry of a new nation spitting fire at its king. Jefferson hammered the opening with prophetic rage, a people rising up from subordination to claim their equal and independent station under nature and nature's God. Then the core hit. We hold these truths to be sacred and undeniable. Sacred, undeniable, eternal truths. No tyrant could touch these. All men were created equal and independent. Rights were inherent and inalienable. Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, governments existing because we want them to. Governments consisting by our consent. And when they turn destructive, we, the people, go smashing the chains and building anew. Prudence be damned. This was duty. This was destiny. Jefferson, he went nuclear in the grievances. He indicted a monster, and he didn't use quotation marks like you or I might use when he destroyed his enemy on paper. He used capitals and bold print and underlining, and he did just that during his blistering slavery passage, writing that, quote, King George has waged cruel war against human nature itself, violating its most sacred rights of life, liberty, and the persons of a distant people who never offended him, captivating and carrying them into slavery, into another hemisphere, or to incur miserable death in their transportation thither. This piratical warfare, the opprobrium of underlined infidel powers, is the warfare of the underlined print Christian king of Great Britain, underlined, determined to keep open a market where all caps men should be bought and sold. He has prostituted his negative for suppressing every legislative attempt to prohibit or restrain the underlying execrable commerce, end quote. This was a king waging piratical war, whoring out his power and making dirty deals with African kings and the people who own the ships to keep slave markets open while inciting the chained to rise up in murder, paying crimes against liberty with flesh and blood. He played both sides. So he always came out on top. Pure abomination. Jefferson closed with an oath of steel. The colonies were free and independent states with full sovereign powers to wage war, forge alliances, and exist as equals. They would pledge their lives, fortunes, and sacred honor without hesitations. No retreat, no surrender. However, Congress sought unanimous passage of every line, and in the end would gut the slavery thunder to appease Georgia and South Carolina. Jefferson fumed about this in his writings. Nevertheless, his raw first draft remained a beacon of unfiltered light. And years later, after Jefferson's death, his grandson and executor of Monticello found the document, and before handing it over to the government, he acid washed the draft on glass to clean and preserve the revolutionary fire before it could be lost to history in a dusty library. That first draft of our Declaration of Independence was a nuclear bomb ready to be dropped on an empire. It was a proclamation of war on kings, on chains, on every force that dared crush the human spirit. And those words still scorch. That fire still spreads. And even today, we can feel that heat. Happy 250th anniversary of this great nation. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. May nature's God bless you. And stay free.